While superheroes manage to put on masks and often successfully keep their civilian identities hidden, supervillains tend to have a different approach to their evil work. Most villains proudly claim their name, full of pride of their evil deeds, like Thanos or Victor Von Doom. Even if they prefer to act villainous under the radar, as soon as they find themselves captured, their identities kinda tend to be revealed. The good Scooby-Doo method of pulling off that mask to see who was truly to blame, and see if you, the viewer, guessed correctly and were paying enough attention. Which means it is very rare that we meet supervillains who continue to be shrouded in mystery, save for a few lucky souls who have successfully hidden their identities by evading capture or simply losing themselves in their supervillain personas. Today we'll be taking a closer look at some of these rare villainous gems as we count down the top 10 supervillains whose identity have never been revealed. Be sure to stick around till the end of this video where I will have some bonus content coming your way. Alright, let's get counting. Number 10. Bane. So Bane's a weird one because we do know his backstory. He grew up in prison and worked hard to strengthen his mind and body. Eventually, he was also injected with venom after rising a little too high on the prison totem. The prison officials decided to use him as a test subject. This transformed him and turned him into the beast we know him as today, aka Tom Hardy. Just kidding. But also, he is Tom Hardy, so not just kidding. So while we know who Bane is and know that he grew up in prison, either taking over for his father's sentence after his father escaped, cause yeah, apparently that's how prison works, or being born in prison and I guess just being forced to live there? The why behind how this all came about is still remarkably unclear. Did his family not have any relatives who could just take him in so he wouldn't have to live in prison? Why do prison sentences pass on to the next generation? Did his father know this and he just didn't care? What we know of his backstory just begets more questions. And he never is really given a birth name, just Bane. So his identity remains unknown because he was never really permitted to have one. He was truly born in the dark. Number 9. Mystique. You think you know who Mystique is, but odds are good none of us will ever truly know who she is. Or at least we won't know if we know, you know? Because of her remarkable shape-shifting abilities, it is impossible to know if the standard blue-skinned form we are used to seeing her in is her actual form or not. It is possible she may not even have been female at birth. Mystique often goes by the name Raven Darkholme, but no one even knows how truly old she is. We know she met her lifetime lover Irene Adler, Destiny, earlier in the 20th century, and that she met Logan around the same time as well, but we do not know anything of her life before that. It is possible that Mystique could be thousands of years old, could have been born with a completely different name than Raven, and could have even been born a man. Who knows? Not me. Number 8. Ruby Thursday. Unsurprisingly, Thursday Rubenstein's origins have yet to really be revealed in the comics. We know that she works for the Headmen and is a villain, but we were never really given much explanation as to why. Where a head should be, she has a plastic computer ball. Well, we know that Thursday chose to undergo this transformation in having a cyborg ball head. It's never really explained where she came from or what her motive is in this regard. Her backstory is sorely lacking when it comes to who she truly is and what her purpose is other than to be evil and give everyone a ball head. Yeah, she wants us to all have ball heads. The reason why this isn't too shocking though is her character appears to have been created as some kind of joke by Steve Gerber, Sal Buscemi, and Jim Mooney to see if they could create a sexy female character who didn't have a head. Based on the male character's reactions in the comic stories too, it would appear that they managed to succeed to do so. Everyone's always hitting on Ruby Thursday, which is, her character's so weird. Right and weird. Number 7. Overdrive. Overdrive is kind of one of the most adorable mysterious villains. We know some of Overdrive's past, but not truly who he is. Namely that he was a skilled motorist who very much wanted to become a superhero. He attempted to become a hero, but when that failed, ended up joining with Mr. Negative and turning to a life of crime. He is able to alter vehicles and some other forms of tech by using his nanobacteria. In other words, he can trick out a ride just by touching it. He has been thwarted by Spider-Man on many occasions, and one time accidentally revealed a bunch of his Spider-Man merch to the hero and confessed that he was his biggest fan. He even begged police to keep the trademark note that Spider-Man had left behind with his restrained self, which read the standard, "Courtesy of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man." So cute. I want him to become like a good guy. I want him to like go from supervillain to like just not a great superhero. Be like a terrible sidekick for Spider-Man. Be so cute. Worse than Frogman. Number 6. The Orb. This villain was apparently just born that way. The Orb is famous for simply having an eyeball for a head. He's got a similar vibe to Ruby Thursday, except that she was a scientist who made herself the way she is, and he was just kind of born deformed. And by deformed, I mean he was born with a giant eyeball as a head. He grew up in a freak show after being abandoned by his parents. Sad. As such, his true identity before his life as the Orb remains unknown. I don't even know if the Orb knows who he really is. He's just always been the Orb. Number 5. The Skeleton. The Skeleton was a villain whose story was really short-lived. They were created by Brian K. Vaughan and Marcos Martin, and first appeared in Batman Gotham City Secret Files and Origins issue number 1. Appropriate. They had the ability to transform themselves into any villain, even appearing able to think and move like them, perfectly disguised. I say they because even the gender of the Skeleton was never confirmed. All we knew was that they were plotting to take revenge on Bruce Wayne, who they had known for a long time and apparently felt slighted by. However, the Skeleton's story got lost in the shuffle, and we never got to find out more about the villain in terms of who they actually were or what they were planning for Bruce. Bring the Skeleton back. There are questions, and I need to know what happens. Number 4. Automatopoeia. Truly a villain I wish we saw more of in the comics. Automatopoeia was originally a Green Arrow villain who was created by Kevin Smith and Phil Hester. He gets his name from the fact that he only speaks in onomatopoeias, words that represent sounds. Snap, buzz, sizzle, squelch. You get the idea. He has also gone up against Batman only to be defeated, but managed to escape the Bat by stabbing Joker in the heart, forcing him to choose between saving the Joker's life or catching Onomatopoeia. Batman, being Batman, of course chose to save the Joker, allowing Onomatopoeia to escape. Later the villain resurfaced as the vigilante Baphomet, and we appeared to learn much about his personal life, but it turned out that his vigilante persona was all a ruse. He had used the persona to get closer to Batman, only to betray Bruce and kill his lover at the time, Silver St. Cloud. Who knows if what we learned of the villain was actually part of the ruse or not? Was it true? Was it a lie? It was probably a lie. Also, what a twist. Ka-clack. By the way, I'm the villain that got away. Number 3. The Foreigner. Despite existing since the 1980s, there's very little we know about the Foreigner. He is a Spider-Man villain who once wanted to recruit Spider-Man as an assassin for the 1400 Club. However, this didn't end up working out. He even worked with Black Cat behind Spider-Man's back in an attempt to do this. Though Black Cat was not fully privy to his plans, she just thought they were working to defeat Spider-Man. So for anyone who doesn't think Black Cat has ever been villainous, this plot definitely did not make her look super heroic. She also, I think, cheated on Spider-Man with the Foreigner. No, that didn't happen, but she had a relationship with the Foreigner. Anyways, despite knowing that the Foreigner was also formerly married to the Silver Sable, we still have yet to find out his true name or much else about him. We just know he slept with the Silver Sable, he was married to the Silver Sable, he was with Black Cat, he's a bad dude. Number 2. Kindred. At first this character seemed like they might be some kind of dark ally, but no longer. Kindred is a demonic spirit that was once a human soul, someone who knew Norman Osborn and Peter Parker well. He refers to Spider-Man affectionately as Pete, and helped Peter to watch over MJ and protect her while Spider-Man was stuck in a fight. However, it is then later revealed that Kindred is really looking to get revenge on Peter, dun dun dun, and afterwards also get revenge on Norman Osborn, dun dun dun, who also tortured the spirit in life as both Norman Osborn and Green Goblin. Who will Kindred be? Tell me the secrets. While many have theories as to who the spirit could belong to, the comics have yet to confirm whether any of our speculations are true. So you gotta wait to find out. Read more. Hopefully we get to find out and it doesn't just disappear. Number 1. The Joker. Seems like anything we find out about the true identity of the Joker just leads to more mystery. The Joker has probably had more origin stories than any comic book villain, potentially any comic book character except for Power Girl, and has remarked before that if he must have one, he prefers it be multiple choice. Both his name and backstory have yet to be pinned down, and recent information that Batman received has only led comic book readers and Batman himself to have even more questions. What is going on here? Batman asks the Mobius chair about the Joker's identity, and is told about 3 Jokers, leading to even more intrigue when it comes to the Joker's true identity, and throwing all of us fans a curveball. We were not expecting that in issue 50 of the 2011 Justice League series, let me tell you. I was like, we're gonna get answers? Nope. You know when Batman's like impossible, that it's like, what's happening? Thank you so much for watching, Nerd Squad. Hope you found this list informative. Was anyone surprised by our #1 pick? Ha ha ha, probably not. I'm sure you all thought it was gonna be the Joker. Who do you think is the most mysterious villain ever to come out of a comic book? Are there any villains who you feel have yet to be revealed and need to come back so we can just find out more about them? Let us know in the comments below. And while you're on your way down there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring our bell if you haven't already. Maybe even give this list a share with any fellow villain fans. This has been Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host Amanda McKnight, reminding you as always to stay nerdy, YouTube. Oh, and watch out for that bonus content. Probably say the name before I just go. I don't think Mystique wants anyone to know. She wants to just hide in the shadows. I always like, am I saying that right? Because I feel like I always say it with a T, or it should be like an O. Onomatopoeia. Yeah, onomatopoeia. #4, onomatopoeia.